Welcome to this pre-recorded lecture. As you can see, I'm actually at home in my home office, under the roof here, where I'm usually working these days, and I've been here for over a year, and I'm sure most of you have as well. And of course, this is not what I intended when I agreed to give a keynote lecture, where I'm very proud to be able to do this. So thank you for having me, albeit only in a digital format. It so happens that actually speaks to what I want to talk about. But before I even get to what I want to talk about, I want to go back a little bit in time and show you a little bit about my very first paper. This is my very first paper. I was a very young doctoral student, and I had some work from my master thesis, I believe, and I submitted that to a workshop with one of the main conferences that are about information systems engineering, software development, systems engineering, systems analysis and design. And I was very proud because I was accepted to go there and present in a workshop. And in these days, what I wanted to show you, you had a chapter in a book. There was no PDF, there was no digital file, there was no DOI at that time. You actually had a book, and I have it somewhere. And I had to look it up. You can see me here that I took a picture of it so I can show it to you. Two things. Number one, research was different back then, wasn't it? We wrote papers that were actually papers, and they got published in books and proceedings and so forth. And the other thing I wanted to highlight here, at that time, around 15 years or 16 years by now, I looked into conceptual modeling. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, conceptual modeling, and how the times have changed from back then, when we wrote papers that were published in books, to now that we write PDFs that get put on a web page, and where I'm delivering this keynote to you from home with a pre-recorded digital stream that I had taken many days to set up, in fact. So the question that I want to ponder today is whether the world that has changed, as I will try to show to you, whether it really has changed a lot, and whether we as researchers that are looking at systems analysis, system specification, software design, software development, are really up to speed with what's going on in the real world. And as a keynote, of course you can imagine that my answer to this question is, no, we're not, and we need to change, and we need to get better, and so forth, all right? So I want to provoke you a little bit. So I mentioned I've been looking at this area of conceptual modeling, which is a part of this entire stream that looks into systems analysis and design and development for a very long time.